Hi, my name is Drew Eric Palacio. I'm a student at California State University, Northridge. How many out there had ever had an idea that you thought was such a great idea that you would do anything for it to get out in marketing and maybe get it out online and maybe try to have it advertised? Well, I worked with 4 other students last semester to work on a game project that we put together for our game class. And it turns out that I thought it was so great that I would like to enter into this competition called Jazz Wings. And Jazz Wings is the great place to have a good startup and maybe get your game or idea or toys or whatever out there online so people can vote for it. Well, the concept of this idea of the game that I worked with the other students, their names are Gerald Stingman, DeAndre Doolin, and Bryant Amen. And of course, I'm the creator of the game, and I was the one who put together and got all these things going. So the idea of the game is called LightHead, and basically the game is that my characters are represented as light bulbs, and everyone knows that ideas are simplified by ideas. If you look in cartoons, see all those little light bulbs over the head, they have an idea, and how fast can they get that idea to act, and it depends if it will succeed or fail. So my concept of the game is how fast can you get your idea from one location to the next. And it's a simple mobile app game that you'll be moving from left and right and tapping to avoid enemies on the way. So the game is also designed to put players inside a computer chip. And the computer chip would pretty much be like the feeling of what it's going to be avoiding enemies such as computer viruses, wormholes, and glitches, and other stuff. The game is still in development, but we made a quick demo and we got an A for our project. And I'm really hoping that maybe I can share this with the competition. So I'll put the names of the people in the comments below, and along with the link to the competition. So if you really think it's a great idea, please vote for it, because we would really like to see this game extend out to many other people. So please tell your friends, families, and who knows, then the game will be a great success. So I'll show you a quick demo on how the game was designed and everything. Oh, and all special thanks, I would like to thank the software companies such as Autodesk Maya for letting us use the software to create and make the models and animate, and the software of Unity for making the game concept with the programming. So again, I hope you enjoy it. So here's the standard out of the game, and basically how it's played is basically you're going to be using the buttons presiding on the buttons. So the instructions are down here, where you'll be having to play throughout the game. And you'll be building this clock on top. So here we go. And you'll be running around on this track, collecting batteries and jumping and avoiding. And then there's your end point right there. But since this is only a quick demo, this is pretty much how the game is going to be working. Oh, see? Now you lost. As you can see, the game is pretty much designed just to basically how fast can you work on your reflexes of the game and avoiding problems at the very end of the game. See? So that's pretty much the concept of the game. So as you can see, the game is still in development, but I constantly, to make it look like the game is going to be, I want to make it continue to finish it. So I'm hoping that so I'm entering it to make it look like a really functional game for a mobile app game. So you'll be pretty much playing the game either going left, right, and then tapping to jump over your enemies. So here we go. See, and it works on your reflexes on how fast you go, and the game still has some tendency problems, but it's a really fun game. And I hope to add a little bit more special effects to the game, like a little electronics and a little bit more cleanup, a little bit better textures. So this is the idea of the game, is that you just get from point A to point B, and it's a really good game. can see here, this is the mother chip of the game, and it's basically going to be running around. Your character is going to be running along on these three pathways right here and avoiding enemies on the line, and they're going to be jumping back and forth. So that's pretty much the idea of the concept. So it's kind of like, here's the quick view of what it's going to look like, as you can see. And the detail, as you can see, it's a little bit more showed. The bump maps of almost represents like a motherboard of a computer chip, if you can see that. Now, as you can see here, basically these are some of the a couple of the characters that are going to be in the game. As you can see on here, this is the main character called LightHead. He's basically the hero, and what he does is trying to rescue or beat out some of the normal enemies. Next to him is his girlfriend called Sally Watson-Ball. She's a character, a female character that represents a feminine style of a light bulb. And then on the one on the right is Tommy Toonbine. This is Joe GiggaWatts' best friend. He's basically the muscular and big tall guy, but he's more of the masculine style, that type of hero. Now, this is basically the idea of the layouts on some of the sketches I worked over the summer. These are the characters, originally the sketches that I had ideas, and as you can see, they actually changed from the original format compared to that. They're still changing, so as you can see. Next we have here is the lineup of a couple of the enemies that I had an idea that would be in the game. Basically we have a skull represents viruses, wormholes, a super virus, and then a bug will represent bugs or glitches. And it gives you a description about what each game will talk about. Next is the motherboard of the computer, basically a microchip. And as you can see, it's a long runway that I had an idea that makes the game to make run, jump, and it's supposed to be designed on it's supposed to give the players the imagination of the feeling of what it's like to be inside a motherboard of a computer. And down here is a couple of the controls that have the idea. It's going to be simple swipe. A mobile app's going to be swiping left, right, and tap for jump. And each character has their own abilities and their own weaknesses to help progress through the game. Right here is a couple of the bonuses. What we're going to be throwing inside, it's going to be a stopwatch to give you time, and then it's going to be a couple batteries. So it's going to give you a boost of power, but the batteries will also have a tendency of being a advantage and a disadvantage for the character. So if you get hit too many batteries, you basically it's overloading and you pretty much lose the game. It's kind of like this game works on your reflexes and how fast can you think. And the only way to get down to a certain level is, of course, hitting enemies. But if you hit the maximum load, then you pretty much lose control of the game. So it works on how fast you can get things around. And then, of course, the timer gives you back time if you lose time on hitting enemies. Now, this is pretty much the description on some of the information that I had the idea for the game. So pretty much what it talks about is characters run on a three-way wire to get to an idea from point A to point B to point C, which is in a computer motherboard. And as also you can see here, characters with need to avoid enemies such as viruses, wormholes, and glitches. And then down here, I put even had an idea that was such a good enough, you would have to share it with it around the world. But the complications to get your idea from a place to another under a certain amount of time. Avoid objects and delaying your time to lose your status. And this is the point B that I had. This is point C, which I really would actually be called a Vicky, but one of my other student creators actually had the idea of calling her Sophie, Artificial Intelligence. And I'll show you the other version that she looks like in a couple of models that I designed and a couple of students helped me design as well. And here's some more sketches of what the character would look like in my head. So that's pretty much the game, the concept, the designs, and the models that you have just seen. And again, that we are entering this in for the Jasmine competition. So in the comments below, please go to the website to vote for it. I would really love to see this game to expand. And on one last note, I know that this was probably seen like almost like a simple game app, but it's not. I'm actually extending it to be a great idea for an animation series and also a concept for toys. So this this is an all-around thing that I can see that it can expand to anywhere. So again, that if you would like to vote for it, please tell your friends and family and other people to vote for this game. And I would really appreciate to see the comments below that you have for any ideas that we can try to improve the game. But anyway, that's the idea of the game, and I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye.